Hi folks, and welcome back to the Storm and Cellar. An odd and strange turn of events happened Sunday. A Marine Corps $85 million F-35B Lightning Joint Strike Fighter II crashed in an isolated area of Williamsburg County, South Carolina. Now, the pilot ejected safely after taking off from Marine Corps Air Station Beaufort in southeast South Carolina for a two-ship air demonstration practice. The second pilot returned to the base. Okay, let's try to break this down a bit. First, although the VMF AT-501 is a fleet replacement squadron, the fact the pilot was doing an air demo practice means that the pilot was already skilled and qualified pilot, not a new second lieutenant out of undergraduate pilot training who's just now qualifying in the F-35. Second, I'm not second guessing the pilot. An AIB, or Accident Investigation Board, will determine the cause of the accident. However, it appears he just might have ejected a little prematurely if the aircraft was still flyable, which apparently it was. Third, although the aircraft is stealth, it should have been squawking a Mode 3 identification for air traffic control to monitor its whereabouts, especially to deconflict other aircraft from his air demo. This would mean, barring total electric failure, the FAA should have been able to track the aircraft to the crash site. This apparently didn't happen. If, as reported, the aircraft was found 2 hours north of Charleston Air Force Base and was flying at, let's say, 250, 300 knots, and on a direct flight, that would have put it about 500 to 600 miles away from Beaufort Marine Corps Air Station. By the way, Williamsburg County is about 6 to 7 counties away from Beaufort. However, if an erratic course flight plan was actually put into the system of the aircraft, it could have zigzagged all over the place before finally crashing. However, this is highly unlikely. If the pilot was flying an air show demo, he would have flown the aircraft manually. Fourth, this was a two-ship demo, so I have to ask why the second aircraft didn't stay airborne for either SAR, or search and rescue, of the pilot, which he may have, or to follow the aircraft to the crash site. Fifth, the Pentagon and Marine Corps was way late in reporting the accident. This is strange unless they feared the aircraft technology might have possibly fallen into enemy hands off the coast. Or now, this is a real stretch, but they thought the navigation systems had been hijacked. At any rate, it was a day later that the news broke, which is very unusual. I do remember back in the 80s when the then top secret F-117 stealth fighter crashed in the mountains of California. The entire mountain was restricted by the military, and it was reported to be an A-7 Corsair aircraft that crashed. So you're not always going to get the straight and skinny from the military until they've sorted things out, which is probably a good thing. The Marines have had a string of bad luck lately with Class A mishaps, or damage to an aircraft over $2.5 million. The first one was the MV-22B Osprey crash in Australia, the recent FAA-18B crash in California, and now the F-35B crash. The acting commandant of the Marine Corps, General Eric Smith, has ordered a 3-day stand-down of all Marine aviation to focus on flight safety operations, ground safety, maintenance and flight procedures, and maintaining combat readiness. Now, this is a standard procedure, especially when aircraft accidents occur so frequently. We'll just have to wait and see what the AIB comes up with, but for me, something here just doesn't smell right. What do y'all think? I'd love to hear from some of you Marine aviators as well. So leave your comments below. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and share with your friends and enemies. So until next time, and like this pilot, make sure all your takeoff and landings equal.